Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89 here. Just a short video, just to share something. I did something fun the other night. I went to see Desperately Seeking Susan on the big screen. Now, it's not the first time I've seen it on the big screen. I went to the Astor Theatre in St Kilda, Melbourne, which is a classic theatre that's been restored or it's retained its original details and everything, and they show old movies, basically a double feature every night. They did Desperately Seeking Susan years ago, and there's another place called the Backlot Cinemas in Melbourne, which is near Crown Casino. There's a club called Cinemaniacs that they do different marathons that run for 6 months or a year, and they did one on New York, and Desperately Seeking Susan was one of the New York films that was featured. I saw that there, and that was pretty great. They had do I have it here? Yes, every seat had a little Madonna selfie on it, which is pretty cool. I stole a few of them, and I have them now. So I went to see it this time at a Hoyts theatre in Victoria Gardens in Richmond. I saw it with a few people, and it was good. The print was really good. It was really interesting. It's funny, I've seen it 3 times now with different audiences, and it's different each time. The other audience was a very Madonna orientated audience, but not totally Madonna fans, because some people were just there, the regular Cinemaniacs people. But the the audience, they knew, they know all the lines, they know all the song lyrics, they sing, they talk. Unfortunately, they also talk all the way through the film like they're in their living room, but it is a different experience. And I saw it with some people that I knew. So I had my friend next to me and his boyfriend, and then a friend of theirs that I sort of know as well. So it's just a lot of fun seeing vintage films. I don't know how many people go out to do that, but if you don't, you should. And like I said, the print was really good, and the film holds up so much better than I thought, and it's just really interesting to go back and see. And I'm glad we have this little era of Madonna captured. It's very much how we perceive her to be, and how that she came up in New York and that. So it's really good to see, and I really enjoyed it. And I was watching it, and I was just really grateful that this little era of New York and Madonna's era was preserved. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. And sort of the same person who did this is a DJ, local DJ in Australia, in Melbourne, Sydney, called I think Ray Isaac. He's been doing a few of these. He did Evita, which I missed, unfortunately, but he's doing a bit of Madonna and a few others. He did and Body Evidence and Truth or Dare. He did Who's That Girl a little while ago. That was really great, because I'd never seen that on the big screen, and it's one of my favourites. I fortunately saw it when I was a kid, and I didn't know that it wasn't the most brilliant film. I just sort of watched it because Madonna was in it, and I actually genuinely liked it. I saw it on TV the first time, and then I rented it on video and got my own copy later on. And of course got the DVD and everything, and I don't watch it very often, but it's one of my favourite Madonna ones, and it was just great to see it on the big screen, and great to see it with a similar sort of audience of Madonna fans, not just regular cinema people, but Madonna fans. And again, it was kind of nice sort of to have this sort of era of Madonna, but I'm not as big a fan of the Who's That Girl era. And up until about 2012, sort of each of the Madonna eras sort of had their own film. And we've had the retro ones like Dick Tracy and Bloodhounds of Broadway, and League of Their Own, which sort of, because Madonna's always thrown back to the sort of eras of the 20s and 30s and 40s with her style and her art anyway, so it's nice to have her in those eras as well. And I don't know, I just wanted to say I watched the films, I enjoyed them. If you ever get the chance to go to a Madonna movie screening or a Madonna marathon, or these tend to happen around gay film festivals, especially in Bev Madonna, that gets shown sometimes. You really should do it. A lot of people don't appreciate cinema and the cinema experience and seeing films with an audience. People have gotten very used to just watching stuff at home, and probably fans as well. And it's really good to share it with other people and experience with other people. So I just want to say I saw it. It was great. If you ever get the chance to do the same, you should. And I will be seeing Body of Evidence, which I haven't seen on the big screen, and In Bed with Madonna, which I haven't seen on the big screen. Um, I almost saw it last Halloween. It was on the week before Halloween, but I was in Sydney seeing Jamie Lee Curtis in person for the premiere, and there was a Q&A the next night. I didn't have tickets for, but I kind of had booked a flight to get back in time to see Truth or Dare at the Astor because I really wanted to see it, and everyone knew, all the Madonna fans I knew were going to see it, the local ones. I really wanted to be there, but I really wanted to be at this Q&A with Jamie Lee Curtis for the 40th anniversary Halloween film, on the 40th anniversary basically. And I didn't have tickets, so I was in Sydney hoping I'd get tickets, and if I did, I was going to cancel my flight, stay that night, and then get another flight to fly back the next day. And that's what happened. I did get a ticket last minute. I did stay, went to the Q&A. Jamie Lee's a bitch. And I missed Truth or Dare, so I'm really looking forward to seeing In Bed with Madonna, as it was known in Australia and I think the UK. So I'm looking forward to that, and I will be doing a little video on that. But I mean, there's not much to say about the films. You all know the films. I don't need to tell you what happens in the films. I don't need to tell you if you think they're good or bad. Personally, I think Madonna is a good actress. She isn't consistent. She's had some really good performances and a couple of not sure what happened ones. And then there's Shanghai Surprise. The only good thing about that film is her hair. I mean, there's nothing good to say except her hair looks good. It's the only film I don't watch. The only film I tell people not to watch. Even Swept Away, the first part doesn't work when she's playing the bitch. It just isn't funny. When she's vulnerable and stuck on the island with him, it works. When it turns around and on him, and then they're together, that works. And then the ending is tragic, and I think it actually ends a really great film. It starts bad, it gets better, and it ends. It was the ending was stuck with me. And my friend, I saw it with my friend. We were just walking around, going like, we're still like in it, because we were so upset they didn't. You know, I don't want to ruin the film, but I kind of don't want to defend Swept Away because so many people hate it, but I actually like it, except the start. Like the first half an hour doesn't work, the rest does, and the ending is really great. So I actually would recommend seeing it. Just know the first part's just gonna not be funny. Madonna's gonna play a bitch, not be convincing and not be funny. But then the tables will shift, the roles will change, and the characters start to become a bit more real and a bit more interesting, and you do start to care about them and what happens. So I like Madonna movies. I'm going to keep watching them, and I want to see them all on the big screen eventually. So I'm just going to leave that there. If you get a chance to go see one of the retro Madonna films, please do it. Feel free to share, like, comment. Comments are fun. Thanks, bye.